focus? Yeah? All right. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to tell you about the time that I met Steven Spielberg. You know who Steven Spielberg is, right? Steven Spielberg is like one of the best directors of all time. He is an inspiration to all filmmakers everywhere. All actresses and actors want to meet him. People want to know who this guy is. Nobody gets a chance to talk to him. And guess what? I did. I got lucky. It was fate, maybe. Or maybe it was destiny that we meet. I don't know. So, what happened is... Let me tell you a little bit about it. I was in Malibu and I was shopping and I went to a few different stores and I walked in and I was staring straight at the man himself. It was Steven Spielberg. And so what I did is I just walked right up to him as if nothing, as if he was my long lost friend, and I was like, oh my God, there you are. And Steven Spielberg turned around and he looked at me and he said, what? And I said, I have been worried sick about you. I wrote you a letter like 2 years ago and I haven't heard a word back, and I'm just so glad to see that you're okay. I was concerned. And he started laughing. And then I introduced myself, and he was there shopping with his wife, and she had a pile, big pile of clothes that she was trying on in this really, expensive store that I just happened to be in. Of course, I couldn't afford to buy anything in that store, but I was just window shopping. So I get so excited every time I tell this story because it was just like fate, like weird, crazy fate. I knew while I was talking to him the value of the time that I had, and we sat down out in this waiting room area and we just started talking about everything. I talked about me, we talked about my polygamist past, about how I was raised in a polygamist cult. The reason that I even brought that up is because I wanted him to remember me, and so I wanted to say something to him that nobody else has probably ever said, so that he would remember. So what I said was, I was raised in a polygamist cult, which is true. I lived a lot of years of my childhood in a weird fundamentalist group, and I've talked about that a lot on television and blah blah blah. But the reason that I told Steven Spielberg this was so that he would remember the conversation with me. Then it just kept going from there. We talked about his movies, about his passions, about what he liked in fashion, how much he hated waiting on his wife while she was shopping. I mean, it was so amazing. He was, calling me by my first name, and we sat there for at least 30 minutes just talking. And then when his wife was, checked out and ready to go, she walked over. She'd already, made the purchases, and he was still sitting there talking to me. And she was very, very nice, by the way. And then he said, here's my email, and this is a phone number that you can get in touch with me. Send me over your script. And that's the script that I had written about, my time in the cult. There was a part about that. It's a really dear script to me. And I was so blown away that that he was, giving me a direct, link. And then I had his email and everything, and he left, and I was like, oh my God. I just sat and basically had an interview, talk, opportunity with Steven Spielberg. What an amazing opportunity. The whole thing stopped there. So it really wasn't about what he could give me, or if I ever got the chance to talk to him again. Really what this was about was I had a magic moment. And while I was having that magic moment, I knew I was in the middle of that magic moment. And I was I felt every breath. I cherished every answer he gave me. He really did inspire me. He inspired me a lot, and it's those little magical times like that that keep me here in LA.